And I'm really excited to learn more about what Our Troops is and how we can support. Welcome, Christy. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you so much for doing this and thanks for having us.
Absolutely. So tell me a little bit about what Our Troops is.
Sure. Our Truths is a new organization. We fully launched in April, but we are in the phase of really letting people know who we are and what we do right now. So, we're an organization dedicated to supporting and advocating Black women. So, Danielle, as you know, and I know as many of your viewers and your audience know, Black women quite often sort of get it from both ends, if you know what I mean. We're a racial minority, but also we're women. So we have kind of compounded difficulties. And on top of that, we're often expected to be the superwoman, to solve problems for everybody, for our families, to do things at work, to take care of the world, which typically causes us to neglect some of our own needs. So, Our Truths is going to be that organization that really does three things. We want to first enhance the Black woman. So, that means providing a variety of resources. So, for those, it's going to be podcasts, blogs. Starting next year, we're going to have an annual conference. So, covering every topic from parenting to being a professional to being an entrepreneur. So, all of this many hats that so many Black women wear. Then the next phase of it is we want to inspire. So we want to be a place where you can come in, kick your shoes off, really feel comfortable, kind of be yourself, and sort of get all of that external energy that you need to pat you on the back and to let you know you can go out, you can do this another day, you got this. And then finally, and the part I'm really excited about is we want to amplify. So, what I mean by that is we are creating the only Black female owned speakers bureau in the country. We are going to have exclusive Black women speakers. As a professional speaker myself, I notice quite often on stages, I'm the only one. I look around and I don't see other people who look like me on panels or doing keynote addresses. And for a long time, I couldn't figure out why that was. So, in talking to several meeting planners and event coordinators, they said they simply didn't know where to find Black women speakers.
Mm.
And the ones they could find, they usually tapped us on the shoulder to talk about diversity.
Mm.
And as you know, we know a lot more than just diversity. So the Speakers Bureau is going to be filled with women who are experts in every area from technology and STEM to marketing to finance. You name it, we're going to have women who can come to that stage and share all of our knowledge. And then finally, we're also going to have a publishing house where we exclusively publish books by Black female authors. So we want to be that one-stop shop where you can come in, you can come to the website, you can listen to our podcast, you can read our blogs, and you really see yourself and your own story reflected. And the way I like to put it is if you can imagine sometimes that first day at work or your first day at a new school or some new situation where you walk in and initially you think you are the only Black woman. And then after looking around, you see one other and you kind of instantly lock eyes and have that full conversation without even saying a word. And you know, this is that other person who's going to be there and support me. We want to feel like that moment where you know you're not alone, where you know you have this phenomenal wealth of resources and women surrounding you and cheering you on and helping you reach your full potential.
Man, that is so amazing. I
Thank
had no
you.
idea it had grown like that.
Yes, we got a
Oh,
lot going on. We do. We're currently in the phase of curating email addresses. We've already started putting out our newsletters, so we want everyone to really stay up to date on what we're doing. So we have some content on our social media channels, but we're going to have our full website launch later this month, so toward the end of April, which we are really excited about. We are in the final process of bringing on what we're calling our founding members of our Speakers Bureau. So if you are a Black female speaker, we'd love to talk to you to see if you're a good fit to join our roster. So we have a lot going on. We have a lot of irons in the fire, as they say.
I love it. So, for those that want to be speakers, I think there are a lot of Black women who want to be a speaker but don't know where to start. Is
Yes.
that something that you guys also help with?
Yes, we do. So we have what we're calling sort of two tiers or two levels, if you want, of speakers. So that first level are those who are very experienced public speakers. We've done a lot of it. We have several speakers who've signed up with us who've done TED Talks in the past, and they've already been making a living as a public speaker. For them, the Bureau is really going to serve to widen their appeal. It's going to get them in front of additional audiences, going to provide them with additional resources, give them someone who can do a lot of those negotiations and find a lot of those speaking occasions and things like that for them. And again, we are solely focused on Black females. So knowing that there's going to be someone representing you who really understands your voice and your narrative. Then the second level are speakers who are really wanting to get into speaking. They may not have done a great deal of it, but they have a really great story to tell, or they're experts in their field. And this is a way they want to really expand what they do. So for those speakers, we will also work with them. We're going to have a network where they can kind of tap into other speakers to ask questions and gain knowledge. And then for those, we'll have a lot of speaking engagements that may not be paid engagements yet,
Mhm.
but it still gets you that experience. I can really say, as a speaker, the best way to get better at it is to do it.
Mhm.
So we're going to still find a lot of those opportunities to get you in front of audiences so you can really develop your speaking kind of voice and narrative, so you're then ready to move on to have those higher paying opportunities.
I love that. And I love that you have the two tiers, because there are folks that need opportunities, right? So,
Exactly.
and understand that they won't necessarily be paid, but want the opportunity to get their story out there and for people to hear what they have to say. So I think that is truly amazing. I'm really excited about all this because you're right. You do feel just alone a lot of times as a Black woman.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
and I think that I've learned recently that a lot of the things that I'm experiencing, when I am transparent, I put it out there, and then folks are like, me too, and we
Mhm.
don't have those spaces where we're able to come together and really understand that there are other Black women that are experiencing the same thing. And then also to have professionals in that same space to be
Yes.
able to help us to navigate, whether it be through a podcast or a blog or what have you, to be able to help navigate through these experiences that we're having.
Absolutely. And I think the one other thing I failed to mention, we are also going to have a network of coaches. Again, all Black women who can help you with anything from your career, so professional ventures, entrepreneurship, even some life coaches. And I think the real benefit of our coaches, I like to say, you can sometimes start in the middle of a conversation. So what I mean by that is you don't have to give a lot of the backstory. So if you come in and say to your coach, I walked into a meeting and I looked around and I was the only person who looked like me, and they asked me to take notes. You don't have to explain to them why that bothers you, because they
Mhm.
already understand it. So you can just get to the tactics of, what are you going to do to change that narrative? What are you going to do to have the outcome that you desire? So I think having a network of women, not only as our coaches, but also just the full Our Truths community, who give
Mhm.
you the opportunity to really start that conversation in the middle. It makes you feel seen and understood in a way that so many organizations don't do.
I absolutely love it. And I feel like, you're right. That's why so many folks are looking for Black therapists when they're, seeking
Exactly.
therapy, because you don't have to give all that backstory.
Yeah.
It's more relatable for them. So this is amazing. And I'm
Thank
really
you.
excited to learn more. Like I knew about Our Troops, but I didn't really know. So
Yes.
I think
Yes.
this is going to be huge, and I'm super excited about where it's going. So tell everyone how they can find you and how they can get involved.
Yes. So, a couple of things. First, we want everyone to go to our website. Right now, it's just our coming soon page, but
Mhm.
there you can sign up. So, you receive our newsletter. You're aware of everything we have going on. So, that is ourtruths.com. So, OURTRUTHS.com. Please sign up, add your email address to the list so you're a part of our community. And then you can find us on all of the major social media platforms. So Twitter, Facebook, Instagram as Our Truths Online. Again, we have some content there now. We're going to be adding to that. And then when we have our full launch in April, we have a huge number of events planned. And we're figuring out how to navigate that with this new reality that we live in. But we're going to take everything online. And actually, starting in about a week, we're going to have several different virtual classes. So everything from some fitness classes to having a psychologist who's available to just talk through about how you're feeling in this moment. If you have kids, how they're feeling. So we're going to start coming up with some really creative ways to still stay engaged with our audience during this kind of awkward time that we're all living in right now. So make sure you sign up on our website, follow us on all the social medias, and that's going to be the best way to be aware of everything we have going on.
Fantastic. Well, I am super excited. I can't wait for the launch. I
Thank
can't
you.
wait to get involved. I'll be
Yes.
following along for sure. Everyone, make sure that you go and follow Our Truths Online on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter.
Yes.
Go to the website, get signed up for the newsletter, and stay engaged, because this is something, if you are a Black woman who's listening in, this is for us, and we need this, and we deserve this more than anything. We deserve it. So make sure you're following along. Thanks so much, Christy. And sorry, Barkley decided to come and say hello to everyone.
That's a part of our normal life. Again, we're used to just rolling with the punches.
Oh, God. Well, have a wonderful day, and thanks again for joining me.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.